sage, people. Men time. Men. He a freak throw, man down. Call her Amber Lambs. Tell him please, bro. Nella nigga. Tell him. This is healing. Y'all better figure out the problem. Let's see who calling. Hold on. 6-2 Queen.
How you doing, Queen?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. This is Real Talk Single Fathers.
Hi. How you doing?
Good, I'm shit.
Okay. You know what? I'm on the line with Real Talk Single Fathers. So Real Talk, can I ask you a question? Are you finished with those tacos yet? Did you finish those tacos?
I'm cooking them now. I'm washing dishes and I'm listening to you all at the same time.
Oh my goodness. So let me ask you a question. Is it hard for you to multitask like that?
No.
Why isn't it hard for you to multitask?
Because I've been a single father for almost 10 years.
Right there.
It just comes natural.
Did y'all hear it?
You know, they always say a woman's work is never done, but a single dad's work is never done. You feel me?
It's never done. You know what? That when you say that, the reason why I can resonate with you on that one, it's in a couple of different ways I can resonate. You want me to elaborate a little bit? Okay, so one of the reasons why I can elaborate with you on that, when you say a single father's job is never done, I was also raised by my dad, who was a single father, and he was always doing something, including working at multiple jobs, and then coming home, making sure he cooked dinner, and then raising his only girl, and then raising two boys that was very active in sports before I got started. So I know my daddy used to like run up and down, and people wouldn't know it was because I've always seen him do it, and he always did it so naturally. They don't understand. Honestly, it's even harder for a father, but then in the same breath, to me, it's easier for a father too, because at times a father have a little bit more control once he understands and realize what the rhythm is. Does that make sense?
Right. Exactly right.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. And you know what? And I'm gonna say this to you from a woman's point of view, because I will be less than a woman not to even bring up the woman's side of it and being a woman. On our side of it is this. It's also a such thing as a lot of the single moms. Imagine how hard it is for those single moms that's raising children, but also in the streets, also can't get it right with a man. Also, one of the kids done start getting out of control. And on the inside, they can't even say how hard it is to really be a single mom. And it's a lot of them out there. And even it's a lot of single moms out there that go to work and try to make a living. And it's still hard for them because a woman carries soft skills. So for a woman to start getting hard and, standing grounds and being firm, that's a whole nother position. So I think it's hard on both ends, really hard on both ends. And I can relate on the end because even being married, a lot of times I felt like a single mom. Being out of town, coming back in. And imagine, so my difference with me was the difference with me was I already felt lonely because I could never like how men don't have an outlet really. Like you don't have an outlet because you don't really want to expose yourself in front of your buddy. Then you don't want to be too weak in front of your woman because you don't need her trying to figure out how to take advantage. And it's like, so you get isolated. Men, especially black men, get isolated on the inside a lot. And people don't understand that. But you know what? For me, as a woman on the other side and raised by all men and no women, I felt like I got kind of isolated like men. If it makes sense to you, because I couldn't find a group of girls to hang with. I wasn't raised up with no sisters, and it was like, damn, I can't find somebody that I could just tell how I really feel, like how I want to yell out and say this happened, and I just want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have an outlet.
Yep. Do you feel like you be having an outlet sometimes, or you be needing one as a single father?
You know what? Sometimes I have to make my own. But then a lot of times, like, I'll be wanting to go hang with the guys,
Right.
but, all my, all my homies, they pretty much involved, with their wives, girlfriends and kids. So, I don't get to hang with the bros like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And sometimes you be wanting that.
Yeah, that time is important.
Be very important. And can I ask you a question? Has it been hard in the dating field introducing women to your children?
Oh yeah, extremely. Like
Wow.
I said, it'll be 10 years next month in February that I've been a single dad. So in the 10 years that I've been a single dad, I've only let my kids meet one woman
Wow.
that I've dated.
Wow. So do you
Yes, ma'am.
find that you vet them to see are they fit to be introduced to your kids?
Oh, that's a must. Got to.
So let me ask you
That's
this.
a must.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Do you think women let men in too soon? Like for an example, you know that you haven't been in a relationship, not in a relationship, been committed like that for 10 years. And in those 10 years, you haven't found anyone that you really want to bring around your kids except one kid, one lady. Do you think on the other side of that, had it been the average woman, do you think that woman would have invited about how many men in front of their children within 10 years? That's my
all the
point.
dudes, all the dudes, all the dudes would have came by
That's my
eventually.
point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's my point.
Because
Yep.
me, as a single dad, I've met a lot of these women's children, and they didn't get the opportunity to meet mine.
Yep.
We don't roll like that.
Yep. Yep. And you know, the reason why I asked that question to you is because I did a video. I'm not a video, I did a short just a few weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, where I was saying to the ladies, stop being quick to invite a man in to stay in your house when you just met him and the man already being clear. You're not going to be invited to stay in his house like that. He'll come and stay with you for a couple of hours, but you're not going to be in the same boat. And I was basically saying a lot of women let men come in a lot quicker than the man let a woman come in, especially meeting those children. I got a couple of comments where ladies kind of like whatever. You know how they do. They didn't comment on it, but they gave me the thumbs down. Yes, they didn't like that I said that. But the reality to it is the truth. You know why? And not saying it because I don't see it myself as a woman, and the average woman will say the same thing too. But I remember the only people I used to be able to talk to was men. So I see it like that as well. And then I talk on the phone with my brother, and my brother said all the time, no way. He like, no, he wouldn't do it. So you know what, the real, I appreciate this phone call. And hearing your voice makes me now be able to look at your message and even look at them even deeper when I read them now.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, so I appreciate you calling. And you know what? How long will it take for you to get them 15-minute tacos ready? You ought to know better than this by now. Them tacos should have been done.
Oh
How?
no, it's a lot of it's a lot of prep work. I gotta slice the lime.
My
I
goodness.
gotta cut the tomatoes.
Come on.
I gotta chop up fresh cilantro.
Right there.
Yeah, I like real tacos,
You
real
know,
Texas, real
ooh,
authentic tacos.
my goodness, man. You making me want a damn taco. And I'm not kidding because I like soft, light food like that. And I'll get that lime and squeeze that lime juice across it. But you know what? So basically, what you telling me, you're a meticulous person.
Yes.
And wait, but the real, what is it true? You're a Capricorn?
No, I'm Cancer.
A Cancer.
Born in July.
Okay, a Cancer. I don't think I asked you what your zodiac sign was.
Yes, you did.
I did?
I think one of your shows like a week ago, because you was like, you said, I don't think of you as a Cancer.
Well, and guess what? Okay, and that's why listen. It sounds like I'm joking, and I'm about to say the same thing too. You know, I said before you were between another sign, and I think I even said it then. I said, you know what? If I talk to you on the phone, I know I'm still not going to hear Cancer. And guess what? I don't feel that you're a Cancer. I might need to reevaluate these. Okay. You know what? And I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but I'm just telling you, if you look up, I don't know if you're into zodiac signs or anything like that, but if you look up your zodiac sign, you know who a soulmate is to a Cancer?
Sagittarius?
No, sir. Earth,
No?
Earth
Okay.
sign, a Capricorn. I'm not joking. Look it up.
Really?
Look it up. And sometimes when you meet these women, I mean, it may not mean much. A lot of people aren't into it, but guess what? The older we get, it's really good to know our groundings, because when you've been through so much, man, you don't want just anybody in your circle. And then we do notice the older we get, we start shying away from certain things and certain people. And that's where it's good to be in tune where, you know what, I knew I didn't have a good feeling about this person from the beginning. I should have known that's the type of person this already is. But look it up. A Cancer
Oh,
can
okay.
a Cancer can fall out with anybody, but their soulmate is a Capricorn. That's the one that they feel like they can put it like. But you know what? I'm just telling you. Look it up. You didn't ask me about it. I'm only telling you. You know, I am literally enjoying this. Huh?
My wife, God rest her soul, she was a Sagittarius.
She was a Sagittarius. Okay. And how was that?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Look,
Beautiful.
I tell everybody, you know it's love, because my wife, she was from Louisiana. She was a New Orleans Saints fan.
Okay.
Right now,
Okay.
if a New Orleans Saints fan and a Cowboys fan can cohabitate, give their head kids, and that's real. That's real love.
Right. Right. So I have to ask you, what what's her date, her birth, just the month and date for her to be a
December 2nd.
December. See, and I was about to
Yeah,
say,
December 2nd.
I'm gonna move it on. I was about to say, at the end of the day, if I was gonna say, was she between another sign like that too, and she could run on the other end of a Capricorn. I'm telling you, look it up, because I just pay attention to stuff like that. But it's, you know what? It was definitely good to talk to you. It was good to get an understanding and like hear your voice. Now I promise you, I'll be able to put your messages together. You ain't gonna believe it. You're gonna say, "What? What is she talking about?" And then you're gonna read the message again, and you're gonna say, "Did I say that? Where'd she get that from?" so, so you know what you got to do. Whenever you feel like talking the real, just give me a call. You know we do these chats twice a day now, so just give me a call when you feel like getting things off your chest.
Yeah, I've been seeing you come up more and more on my For You page on
Oh,
YouTube. So
what?
I see, you know, when I'm just in the mix doing stuff around the house,
Right.
you know, I put the phone on and listen, you know.
You know what? I definitely appreciate that. So, you know, coming from a voice like yours and you raising all those kids by yourself, it makes me feel like I must be doing something right, because you don't mind taking time out to at least listen to me. Whether I'm crying, venting, laughing, dancing, you just allow me to be myself.
Look, like what you said earlier, you know, I multitask.
That,
You know, I do a lot of things at one time.
you know what? And you take time, you got to find a way. The real, you got to find a way to, the only thing that I feel is you got to find a way to make time for yourself. Like you don't have to be perfect. Like everything don't have to be perfect. It's already in the motion. You already blessed and you know it. But you do got to find a way to take time for yourself. You got to find a way to get a little bit of rest. Just saying.
Yeah, I try to find time to do that, but it's hard.
You got to find the time, and just like you can find time to do those certain things, you got to find the time. I don't know the ages of your kids, but I'm sure they're to an age where they could help you get you some rest. I mean, if they got to help out a little bit more, you got to let them do that. Just
saying. I got a 14-year-old daughter, 11-year-old daughter, and my son is 9.
Yeah.
He'll be 10 next month.
Yeah. You gonna learn how to fit some time in, and I'm only saying that because I told you, like, I also felt like I was an only parent, even though I was married. The thing of it is, I needed to find time for me because I was like a bionic woman here, there, restaurant training doctors here, there, restaurant training doctors, and like in 2019 or something like that, I had to have surgery on my shoulder a few times, like 2 or 3 times on my shoulder. And I didn't realize that taking me down, it basically had to stop everything when I could have been seen about my shoulder. But what I realized was I know that I was on the go, but I also didn't realize how tired and exhausted I was until I got took down. And I think from that point, I started slowly but surely trying to understand things that I need to get off my plate. Because you got younger kids and you don't have time to go under because you ain't taking time for you. So you'll figure it out.
Man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. My wife passed away 9 days after giving birth, so I hit the ground running.
Just like that. So I said it right.
Like that with a newborn. So
yeah,
that's all I know is one key. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
right there. And you know, yep. And you know what? You keep doing what you're doing the real. You keep introducing your family. We'll do something together as far as, you know, whatever, because I'm gonna go over to your channel, because I think you doing any content and everything, but we'll talk about that. But you know what you're doing. You good. You got to find a way to take time for yourself. That's all I'm gonna tell you. And you make sure you don't forget that. You'll figure it out. I promise you will. You ain't got no choice. Because you know if you go down, nobody else can do it, huh?
That's right.
Yep. If you go down, nobody else can do it. So you got to remember that. And don't forget it. And whenever you feel like calling again, you just give me a call.
I so appreciate it.
Okay. I hope this little bit of conversation make you feel a little bit better. And if it's something else you think about, then I'm always here to listen.
Well, thank you, Queen.
Okay.
I ain't gonna hold up the show once we get back to the other gentlemen in the comment section.
And you know what? Thank you to the real, and I look forward to talking to you again.
Already.
Okay, then I'll talk to you next time.
All right, Queen.
Okay.
Take care.
You too. Bye bye. See, that you don't have to work on. I get on the phone with this. You see what I mean? And then the conversation go getting interesting, and I don't even know how long I was on the call just now. I'm telling you, 400 Circle Media, I know, and I'm going to catch up on this chat, so don't start acting strange. Psst, I see dead people. I see sage people. Man, he a free throw, man down, call an ambulance, tell him please, bro, nail a nigga to the... Psst, I see dead people. I see sage people. Man,